Because there are no criminal charges involved in this matter, we are not naming the officer this evening. The wait is finally over for hundreds of Brewers fans who brave the cold, the wind, and the snow. They're not familiar with the man at the center of this standoff and tell us he has no criminal record. All the parties are pretty much on the same page. I'm apparently making lots of friends out here. Thanks, man. We're live at Summerfest. President and CEO says that they are canceling third shift because of what happened inside the building behind me. You can still see squad cars and police tape. On occasion, we have seen investigators walking in and outside of this business. It is called Transcoil International, or TCI for short. Police got the call for help here just after 6 this evening. Investigators say this is part of an attempted murder-suicide case. Police are looking into if a 23-year-old male employee here shot his 58-year-old boss several times, then turned the gun on himself. TCI makes electronics, including those used in filters for industrial businesses. Its president and CEO reacts to the police response.
So this is unplowed territory for us.
Police say that the 58-year-old man was taken to a local hospital. His medical condition at this time is unknown. A house of worship is now for the moment being called a crime scene. The only people for the most part going in and out are investigators. Heavily armed officers gather outside the scene of a multiple shooting that took place inside and outside of Oak Creek's Sikh Temple of Wisconsin. Law enforcement received multiple 911 calls around 10:25 Sunday morning. Police say a 20-year veteran of the Oak Creek Police Department exchanged fire with the shooter. The officer was struck multiple times, and the gunman later died from another officer's fire. Flight for Life took to the air, and family members gathered on the ground, desperately trying to contact loved ones who could be inside.
I called on his phone. That somebody else answered the phone that he got shot.
Somebody just called me from inside. My kids are inside.
Some were contacted by panicked relatives inside the temple, hiding in a pantry or closet, warning worshippers about the violence.
Yeah, they called us. They called us not to come into Gurdwara, not to come to church.
At least 10 were shot, 7 were killed, including the shooter. As dozens watch and wait and hope their loved ones can make it through this terrible scene.
They say he's crying, he's in a lot of pain, but I don't know where he got shot, but he got shot.
It is possible that we may never know the gunman's real motive involved in this. Not a lot of details on the victims in terms of their age, their sex, but we are being told that both young and old were inside the temple at the time of this incident.
He was a good person. He had a wonderful, kind heart. He did.
A family torn apart by violence is stretched even further by grief and regret.
We're not gonna do this today, Lord.
With emotions raw, some tempers ran high. More than one person had to be restrained.
You got a family in chaos right now.
The loss is so overwhelming.
What am I gonna do?
It takes a physical toll on Juanita Quizer, the mother of 18-year-old Javon Whiteside.
We had so much stuff to do. We didn't finish doing what we started.
This is exclusive surveillance video of the car the teen was in after he was shot. It pulls over and one person inside flags down police. Whiteside was a passenger inside on his way to the hospital. Police say the fatal shooting took place early Tuesday on 69th Street near Villard. Family members say the teen was called by a friend to visit a home here, but they fear it was all a setup and the meeting turned into murder.
We ain't never met him before, but wherever he is, I need him to come tell me what happened to my boy.
He's in a better place, God. Bring these people to justice. Let's talk to the police.
Yeah, I just need to know what happened. I just need to know what happened. Why?
Police have not released the details surrounding the shooting. No one is in custody in connection with the murder investigation. And police ask if you have any additional information, give them a call at the following number. That is 414-935-7360. Tonight's big story at 9, a Mount Pleasant motorcycle crash sends 2 to the hospital. 13-year-old boy killed in front of his house is laid to rest. Friends and family packed the All-People Lutheran Church in Milwaukee to say goodbye to Darius Simmons. Investigators say Simmons was approached by his 75-year-old neighbor, John Spooner. Spooner accused the teen of stealing, then shot him. Attorney General Eric Holder appointed 2 U.S. attorneys to investigate recent national security leaks. You Decide coverage now. Tuesday's loss is still stinging, but Wisconsin Democrats say they are ready for the next round. The state party's convention continued today in Appleton. Fox 6's AJ Bayatpour talked to delegates who say they've already shaken off the recall results. With Greece near financial collapse, the stakes are higher and the temperatures are running hotter. Watch as verbal jabs become physical ones.
Okay.
If you wonder when chivalry died, I
What?
present Exhibit A.
That was a woman.
Yes, he hit a woman. Translated, he called the woman an old, quote, commie, and she called him, quote, a criminal. This was on live morning television in Athens. The guy who went on the attack, by the way, facing assault charges.
Good. That gets hot.
Now, granted, Washington, D.C. basically on a swamp, so you get the high humidity out there, so it can be a pretty hot place to be hanging around in.
Listen to this weather guy, Justin.
Oh,
Jeremy
no,
pretty much
I'm not
covered
taking
it.
that gig.
You don't even need me. I'm just going to go take off.
That's that, guys. No, please come back. Please come back. I can't even say dew points with a straight face on the air.